Hi kitties. I've posted a bunch of videos on my guitars and songs and stuff, and maybe only one or two on my amplifiers, that I have. So I figured I would just show you some of the amps I have to choose from, depending on what's going on with a gig or performance of whatever. I'll choose from one of the amps that I have, and one I think is appropriate for the gig. This first one I'm going to show you I just got last night. I haven't even played it. And this is a VOX AC15HW1X, and it has the Alnico blue Bulldog speakers in it. It's a really nice amp. I'm not going to play any of these amps right now, but I think I'll just give you a look at someone. This one, this VOX, is really a beautiful amp, and I have the cover for it and everything. That's pretty neat. If you look at the controls, it's got 2 channels. And you turn it on. It's got a blue light. It's basically a closed back amp. I don't know how well you can see this. It's dark down here, right? So there you go. Just a quick look at the VOX. I'd be playing it right now for the first time and checking it out, but there's people home, and I'm always shy about playing guitar when there's people around, even after all these years and gigs. So there's a quick look at the VOX. Can't wait to try it. This next one, this is sort of a rare amp. This is a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe White Lightning limited edition. There was only 800 of these ever made. To me that sounds like a bunch. I don't know how limited that is, but it's actually hard to come by, and that's what they consider it, a limited edition amp. It's hard to get one of these. The difference between this one and the rest of the Hot Rod Deluxes that Fender put out is that this is the only one with Celestion speakers in it. And as you can see, it's all white, everything's white. Controls and so forth. Even the power light when you turn it on is white. And like I said, it's got the Celestion speakers in it. I think it's a G12. And this is a this amp, the Hot Rod Deluxe White Lightning, has one 12-inch speaker in it. Same for the VOX. There's one 12-inch in there. The blue Alnico Bulldog speaker. This next amp that I have, it's a great amp, sort of like an iconic amp, Everybody should have one of these. This is a vintage Roland GAC120. It's loud as hell. It's got 2 original Roland speakers in there. Several companies made the speakers for them, so I don't know which ones they are. Could be GBL or JBL, I'm sorry, or Eminence or someone. But they're the original stock vintage Roland speakers. It's 2 channels. There's the first channel, and the second channel controls. And then it's got a toggle switch for either vibrato or chorus. I never use the vibrato. I love the chorus. It's like the best chorus on earth. There's no pedal that's going to match this chorus. It's just perfect. I try to use it to a minimum, And it's got a bunch of stuff, or lines out, and effects loops and foot switches and stuff on the back. This amp, you would use this one if you were basically be playing like a bunch of clean guitar, as opposed to with a bunch of dirt on it, and a nasty sounding guitar sound. You would choose this amp for like a cleaner guitar sound. This Hot Rod Deluxe is when you want the nasties. This amp is so powerful actually that folks go into it a lot and calm it down. You put the volume on 1, it's so loud you know, it'll hurt your teeth, break stuff in your house. But I've left this one alone. So there's those three. This one is my Marshall combo. As you can see, the head is green and the bottom is black. It's a LEED 100 MOSFET Marshall amp. I think this amp was only made for several years, I think between 1984 and 1991. And that was it. And the bottom has 4 12-inch Celestion speakers in it. This is a transistor amp. It's not tubes. The VOX is tubes. The Hot Rod Deluxe is tubes. The JC120 is transistors. Next, this amp head right here, my buddy Frank Rocop made for me. It's a version of a 1959 Fender TWEED amp, which is an amazing amp, you know, and he pretty much builds them exactly with the same exact components, you know. So this amp is basically a power amp, you know. It's not really much more than that. There's no effects built in or anything. You get all that stuff with your pedals. But when you got the right guitar going through this head, it's like one of the greatest rock sounding sounds you can come up with on guitar. It's sort of a one-trick pony, but it's worth it because the sound that you get out of this thing is truly amazing. I have it sitting on top of this Marshall JTMC12 cabinet. It's just a cabinet with a 12-inch speaker in it, and it's no longer made, and it's really hard to come by. I don't even know if Marshall makes a single 12-inch cabinet anymore, but I'm real happy to have it. And you know, I use it in conjunction with the 59 TWEED head, and underneath that, this is it's just another bottom of it's a 15-inch speaker. It's a EVM Electro Voice speaker in there, and I run these in series, you know. I have this head going through both of these bottoms, 115 and 112, through the 59 TWEED head. This bottom is cool. It's from like around 1975, and not only is a 15-inch speaker in there, but there's also like a, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a cone built in to the bottom right of the speaker that it sort of pushes the sound out. You can feel the force of it. And it sort of like gathers the sound from inside the cabinet and pushes it out with force, and it almost gives it like a stereo effect on the sound, because you got the main sound from the speaker, and then you got the extra push of the sound coming out of the tube that's down in there, even though you can't see it. So it's a 15-inch bottom, 12-inch Marshall Fender 59 TWEED head. I think the last amp that I have right now of any consequence, it's dark down here, is this 1969 Earth Sound Research amp. It's a Model Studio 100. It's supposed to be 100 watts, but it's actually a bunch more than that. You know, I've had this amp checked out, and it's a beast. It weighs about 15,000 pounds though, you know, so it's not great for carting around for gigs, but you can't beat the sound. It's like an amazing, amazing vintage rock sound that comes out of this thing. And I'll try to give you a bit of a look at the controls. You know it's dark. Oh, that's not going to come out well. Now I got you spinning around. So there you go, kiddies. Fender Hot Rod Deluxe White Lightning, vintage JC120 Roland amp, my VOX AC15 with the rare blue Alnico Bulldog speakers in it, Marshall 100 watt combo, 100 watts over 412 Celestion speakers, Fender 59 TWEED Deluxe head, JTMC12 Marshall rare 12-inch speaker. There's a 15-inch speaker in there from 1975. The cabinet's from 75. The Electro Voice speaker in there is a bit newer than that. My 1969 Earth Studio 100. They're all nice amps, and it's good to have the versatility of sound to choose from depending on what's going on any given day. Thanks for looking.